Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be making baked spare ribs. First thing I did, I put an olive oil on the baking pan and then I put the spare ribs. Then now I'm gonna put olive oil on top of the spare ribs. Not too much, just a little. Because spare ribs itself have a lot of fat. This particular spare ribs have a lot of fat. Now we'll start mixing the seasoning. First, we're gonna use 1 teaspoon of salt. Not too much. Especially what I'm using is kosher salt, so I don't put too much of it. Just a little. That's enough. Just a teaspoon. Okay? Then we'll have a tablespoon of paprika. Tablespoon of black pepper. Tablespoon of garlic. Now you can also adjust how much saltiness you want on it. You can add more salt or you can lessen the salt. It's all up to you. But I prefer to put a little bit of salt because you can always add it later. Now we will mix it all together. Make sure you mix it well before you put it in the spare ribs. Here we go, it's all mixed up. Now we're ready to put it on top of the spare ribs. I cut the spare ribs because it don't fit on the pan. It's okay. Let's start putting the seasoning. Put it evenly. Now I'm done putting the seasoning on top of the spare ribs. I put a cup of water for moisture. Then after this, we're gonna cover it up and put it in the oven for 350 degrees Fahrenheit for maybe an hour or 2 hours. It depends. You're gonna need to check it. Check it after an hour. See, you need to check it after an hour. Make sure you still have water that's giving moisture to the spare ribs. You don't want the spare ribs to dry. Cover the spare ribs with aluminum foil. Make sure that all the edges are sealed so it will not dry quick. The moisture will stay inside and it will cook the spare ribs and keep it not being dry. Spare ribs is in the oven. Leave it for an hour and come back and check. After an hour, this is how it looks like. What you need to do is base some of the juice on top of the spare ribs. Like this. Because all the flavor is in that water. So you're gonna bring it back to the meat. And cover it again and wait another hour. After another hour, this is how it looks like. I'm gonna baste it again. The oil that's in the pan going back to the meat. and then we'll make the barbecue sauce. I flip the spare ribs to get the oil that's in the pan back to the ribs. While we're doing the barbecue sauce, this is how I do my barbecue sauce. I use any kind of barbecue sauce I have in the pantry and fix it the way I want it. I usually put Vietnamese hot sauce or any kind of hot sauce because I want it a little spicy. I put ketchup and some soy sauce for saltiness, but remember, you already have salt in the spare ribs, so you don't need to put a lot. Soy sauce is to add flavor. I put maybe approximately 1/4 cup of barbecue sauce. Then we'll put some ketchup. Approximately another 1/4 cup. Okay. Little bit, very little soy sauce for now. What we're gonna need to do is taste the barbecue sauce that we're making. Make sure it's in the flavor that you want it. Then we'll add the Vietnamese hot sauce or the sriracha hot sauce. Not too much. Then we'll stir it together. Make sure you're stirring it really good so all the flavor or all the different ingredients are mixed together. Now you're gonna need to taste it. Just the right amount of flavor, just the way I want it. Not too spicy, not too salty, not too sweet. Now we will lower the temperature to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Then we'll flip the ribs back so we can put the barbecue sauce. You see, it's tender enough to pull it, see? So basically another hour with a low temperature of 325, this will be fully cooked. Now I put the barbecue sauce on top of the ribs. Then we'll close it again with aluminum foil and let it cook for another hour with a temperature of 325 degrees. It's ready to eat. Spare ribs with barbecue sauce. Looks good enough to eat.